Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more of the Promised Neverland, you guys. Wow, are we in for some stuff, I think, with this episode. If you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I am sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, I have to say, I think there's a lot of great parallels in the last episode. For me, I think seeing what Norman and the other kids went through firsthand did, kind of bring it to life for me, all that they had really been through. And I knew they had been through a lot, but seeing it is really another whole other thing. And similarly, I think that Norman went into this knowing, like, okay, of course there's like civilian demons, there's demons with families, there's demons with kids, but there's something about seeing it and seeing like a man trying to protect his granddaughter named Emma, that, like, it made it too personal for him. Also, the Emma thing was a total Martha moment. I'm just saying it right now. It was great to see the parallels, though, between, you know, I think the elderly demon even said something to the effect of what Norman had said earlier in the episode about, like, I don't care if I die as long as she's protected, or something along those lines. And kind of seeing those similarities between what he wanted so badly for Emma and the other kids, and then seeing that kind of echoed in this person who, like, he's just, you know, but he's supposed to kill all the demons. Like, all the demons are bad. Does not matter. All the demons need to go. And, I think it just made it very personal for him. Total Martha moment, though. And if you don't know that reference, I will not tell you, because I don't want to spoil you on anything that you may not have seen. But I think it's a pretty popular meme by now, and I just have to say, like, oh my god, that's, I don't know what came first. I'm guessing the reference came. Well, I know the anime is definitely afterwards, duh. But I don't know about the manga. I think it also came afterwards. But still, though. Anywho, I'm so happy that Emma and everyone got there in time. And I love the line of, like, you know, I'm not going to let you go through it alone this time. And clearly, you know, Norman has gone through a lot. He's sacrificed a lot. Sacrificed himself in order to get to this point in so many ways. And this time Emma is not going to let him go through it alone. She's going to be there with him. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop it. To my knowledge, to my recollection, I don't think it can, like, be stopped, like, very easily. But maybe there's a way. But there's just still a lot of, like, what ifs, like, what's going to happen to Sanju and Mujika now? I mean, if this all carries out, like, if all the demons are annihilated, whoa, it's going to be a very different story. I don't know. Like, I honestly was not expecting it to go this far, this fast. I was kind of expecting, maybe the last thing we saw to be like, oh, it's starting, you know? And no, it was just like, they're like, oh, hey, where's Sanju and Mujika? It happened. It's like, oh my lord, we still got a few episodes left of this season now. Like, what are we doing? So in order to answer that, I guess the best thing to do would be to just jump into the episode. So what do you say we go ahead and get started? Let's go. All right, you guys, let's talk. So some intel is being given, I think, to Gracefield, which I think, like I said, I think we're about to lose our advantage that we had that pen with the info on it. But let's back up and just talk from the beginning about the beautiful themes in this episode, because I have to say, it's so Emma to just, like, she's so kind And I think the only thing that matches her kindness is her determination. Because once she made up her mind that she was going to save Norman, there was no stopping her. And so I didn't even think of it that, like, we saw that one demon give his blood. And we know that Mujika can save people with her blood. But for some reason I was thinking, like, the town was too far gone already. And, like, had it spread or anything like that. But yeah, that was between Sanju, who it makes sense he would have the blood, and Mujika and Vilk, the older gentleman that we learned his name in this episode, it makes sense that, you know, and I think I had forgotten that people can share it with each other too. Which, because they can share it with each other, that makes it so dangerous in terms of, you know, the higher ups not wanting that to spread, because now, like, the farm industry is just about done, you know. If you don't need the kid meat to survive, then now you're basically in control of a whole industry and whether or not it succeeds or fails, which is why they killed all those people so many years ago and thought that they killed Mujika and sent her on the run. So I get why this man didn't do anything for so long, but on the other hand, like, you can clearly see how things that happened to him, like meeting was that William Minerva in the forest that he met? I love that we're learning that people, no matter, you know, human or demon, are layered. You can experience fear and hate and all of those things, and it does not have to define you, you know. And Norman learned that. And the kids, I think, the other kids in the crew learned that. I was so shocked by Barbara and just the way that they just so readily said, no, you know what? What's more important is sticking by our friend, our boss. You know, we should not have put this on him. It clearly weighed way too heavily on him. And I love the lesson that, like, that does not have to define you. If you're acting out of fear that has turned to hatred, you can change that. You can change that. And I just love that moment with, like, little demon Emma, just, you know, just with the innocence and sweetness and purity of a child just coming forward and just being like, just apologizing for what had happened. And it really just drives home to me that I love that message, that it can stop with you, you know. It can stop. You might not be able to stop all of it for all time, but if everyone thought that way, that, like, you know, this fear, hatred, whatever can stop with me, it's just a beautiful message. It really is. I love it. All right, so getting back to the actual story, because I just had to take a moment to just appreciate what a beautiful message that is. And it makes sense that Norman would, you know, he's so smart. The way that his mind works, those strong feelings that drive him, they're going to drive him to a solution. And much like Emma, once he's made his mind up on that solution, like, he will just pursue it with his whole being. But he lost sight of why he was doing it. He was doing it to protect his family, not out of hate, but because of what they had endured and because of just his drive and, you know, having to feel so responsible for his family, for this new family he made with the other kids. It escalated. It got out of control. If that was Vincent at the end, which I'm kind of thinking it was, that's going to be so rough, because that does add kind of a layer of, like, betrayal to it, you know, that, like, his hate was too strong. But I still don't know who it was. It was hard for me to tell. The older man finally getting his redemption, and I love the way he put it, that like, I saw that like humans have will, and they they're not just meat. And I love that we're learning like humans are not just meat. Demons are not just people who eat meat. It's like there's a lot more to the situation. And quite honestly, there was a lot more to the situation there than just we need meat to survive, because that was not really the case. But because of politics within the demon world, he felt he could not reveal who he really was. So then there's that too, It's not just as simple as, oh, you need meat to survive. Oh, no, you don't. Well, no, there's always going to be more than that. There's always going to be powers that be and politics and all that good stuff, whether it's humans, whether it's demons, whether it's just it's a fact of life. And just to review, if the townspeople can share that blood with each other and not degenerate, if that spread throughout the whole, like, quote unquote, commoner demon world, there would be basically no need for the kid meat anymore. Now, yes, there is a taste issue. If you gave everyone on planet Earth the ability to not need meat to survive, are people still going to give up barbecuing burgers? Are people still going to give up bacon? Like, there is the taste issue. But clearly, I think for the commoners, especially seeing as how they have such limited access, I don't think they're going to be too concerned about that. I don't think that's high on their list of priorities right now. There's a lot going on with the higher up demons, though, for sure, because we've known for a while they are controlling the production and therefore controlling people's lives very directly. So with this drug, the drug that they were testing on Norman, is that the one that they were testing on Norman? We knew that they were testing drugs on him, and that's why he doesn't have long to live until the cure. But because of that, it's just crazy to think that the farms were like the nice alternative. But now they won't even need a farm where they can, raise children and in a very nice protected atmosphere so their brains are tasty. It's like, nope, we could just like just get them to their brains maturity like that. And that's an even more horrifying situation, because that means that all the kids are going to have more of like a life like the labs. Thanks to Emma's decision to choose saving everyone, to choose killing no one at least, we got that pen with the blueprints, with the details about the guards, with the cure. But it's looking pretty clear that like someone is about to hand all that over. And that really stinks, because that was like the one advantage, knowing, and they even knew, they were like, hey, this whole thing seems like a trap, but we had the advantage of like all of that intel. If they get that, if the Grace Field gets that, then there goes our advantage too. Also, I guess we saw what Isabella got in exchange then. They made her a grandma. Is that what she wanted? Is that really what it was? Or is there going to be something else? Because off the top of my head, I want to say that's probably what they promised her. Now she's a grandma. Oh man. Well, I'm about to go through it again with Isabella, aren't I? Oh man, that was fun last season. Can't wait to deal with her now as a grandma. That's going to be fun. All right, guys. A lot happened in that episode. So I was saying at the beginning of this episode, like, wow, if this is, so what are we going to do the next few episodes? Oh my God. Things are moving so fast now towards the finale. But we got Norman's soul back, and I'm so happy about that. But clearly we're on the precipice of a very, very big battle, and I'm scared, because we saw how much it took to get out of the farm the first time. And there's just a lot there's even more going on now. All right, guys. So we have, I think it's like an 11 or 12 episode season. So we have a handful of episodes left. All right, let's figure this out. What are we gonna do? Are we going to fall into the trap? Are we going to lose people? I hope not. I feel like finales are where we lose people. Or are we gonna stay a step ahead? Because I feel like Norman and all them are always a step ahead. Like, even if we do have like a traitor in our midst, I wouldn't put it past Norman to like be a step ahead of that. Let's find out next time. So guys, I mean, I did enjoy that because I feel like that was much more of a positive one. You know, still always gonna have like the weird, creepy, violent aspect of it in there, but I did enjoy that. I love the message, and I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. So you guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time. We will watch it, figure it out, see what's gonna happen, all of the above together. Bye for now, guys.